pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Join me for a moment of silence. Amen. All right, agenda item 3 is approval of tonight's agenda. Is there a motion to approve it?
So moved.
Forward. Everybody's antsy tonight. That's good. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I hope my voice holds out. Allergies are abounding. Agenda item 4 is the time we allow at each council meeting for citizen comments. And I'm not sure if anybody's here to speak. I don't think so, so we'll just go ahead and move on from there. Agenda item 5 is approval of minutes. It's Exhibit 1 in your packet, and it's minutes from the July 6, 2026 council meeting. If you had a chance to review those, I'd entertain a motion for approval.
Support.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item number 6 is Exhibit 2, the monthly financial report. We'll call Kent up to go over that with us. Thanks, Kent.
Well, thank you, Mayor. All right. June was a little more active month in regards to some debt service payment. That was a little over $2.5 million. You can see that under the debt service for dispersed in regards to our principal payments are due June 1 once a year. We also do, if you remember in the budget session, our kilowatt hour transfer. We do 6 months, usually in December and then in June. So that was $146,000 and change. It's basically 3.5 cents per kilowatt hour that's sold each month for 6 months. We closed out Fund 306, the Delaware and 2nd Street project. That came from road use tax to close out. And then we also transferred 50% of what we budgeted from road use to the general fund. Every year we budget $600,000 to go from road use tax to the general fund to help. So we transferred $300,000 here in June for that. And then I talked to you last month too, but part of that dispersed of 1.4 in the general is that 805 in that escrow account that came out of general and went into the debt service to pay the debt service. And then the other comment is, you'll see it in the summary of warrants here on the next action, but the 3.88 is the other thing. It's going to be in the summary of warrants is the final payment for the aerial ladder, and that's $696. So that's going to come out of that fund as well. That's the last. So I guess at the end of June, basically, if you take that roughly 700,000, we were ended the year with about 3.1 in the general. So that's all I got, unless you guys have a question on the treasures.
Any questions? Is there a motion to approve the financial report? So moved.
Support.
All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Okay, agenda item 7 is Kent again, Exhibit 3 monthly bills.
All right.
Do you want to point out?
Yeah, just hit some of the high ones here. With the first the fiscal year, there's a lot of budget payments for that. So the first one I have is on page 3, Dutch American Museum, $15,000. Their payout for the full year. A little bit below that, Eric Ribbons for ash tree treatment around the community cemetery. All our trees there for $16,452. Then
Kind of an annual deal, or how long is that program run
we
for?
got it every other. So this is the second. We did it 2 years ago, basically, for the first.
Is it helping? I
I
mean,
believe it is.
Is it?
Yes,
Is
it's
it?
helping the one. Yes.
Good.
Yep. And then what am I at here now? Page 5. No, that's good. I apologize. Please interject anytime. Page 5, Iowa League of Cities membership dues for the year. For fiscal year is 3,807. Page 6 is we did some patchwork with Koopman's Concrete for $18,000. They're on Iowa Avenue and the Bike Path. Page 8, Orange City Arts Council, $25,000. This is 1/3 of their budget. And then page 9, Rosenbauer Firefighting. That was the aerial ladder payment that I'm talking about for $696,453. A few more down from that, Sioux County Regional Airport is their fiscal year ask, $156. And that's been trued up, and that'll be the payment for every year going forward for a few years. Page 10, Stivers Ford, payment for a Ford Explorer for the police department, budgeted, and then right below that, a couple below Swift Air, we had to replace the HVAC units above Ryan's office and the front office, and the 35.5 was that. Our maintenance agreement, quarterly maintenance is $52.86.
Did it work? Did
Yeah.
they fix it and it made a difference? Okay, good.
Yes. And the last one I've got is, Williams and Company on the very last page, page 12 is for, Williams and Company was here earlier this month and did some preliminary audit. And then on Landsmere Golf Course is right in the, getting done with their audit for the calendar year 2025. So. And then I'd like to add 2 more that I've got since the council, since it went out. Rhoda, ROORDA, Rhoda Equipment out of Cherokee. We're buying a 2015 Kenworth tractor for the street department. It's a budgeted item for $60,000. Second one, Vision Builders, Canal, second edition for the canals. To Vision Builders, $1,115,026.15. So $1,115,026.15. That's for that housing development out there that we're.
Is that for the road, or what was that?
Which, and utilities, both. Yep. So that's part of our housing project. We had an agreement with them on that. It's a 1.2 for $1,240,000 payout. This is a partial payment, so we've got about 133 left, I guess is my point. And that's for that subdivision just north of 14th there. Okay, that's all I got.
Also a couple sidewalk reimbursements. Have we had more people use that program?
We've had 1 payout before this, and now we had 2 this month. Yeah, that's correct. So that's great. It's being promoted and being used, so that's awesome.
That's good. Any other questions for Craig?
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the monthly bills?
Move. Support.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Motion carries. That brings us to agenda number 8. We have to set a date for public hearing to amend the code of ordinances. It's exhibit 4 in your packet. I don't know if you need to.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
basically we've updated our official zoning map, which has included, highlighted the changes that we've made over the last number of years. I think it's 2022 that it was last updated, so we annexed one piece out west, and then west of the community, and then we also changed the zoning on several areas. So that is basically setting a public hearing to look at that. Planning and zoning has approved of this. And yeah.
Okay, so we just need a motion to, we're August 3. Thank you, Janet. Okay.
Or
All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Agenda item 9. A resolution proposing to dispose of city-owned property. This is out by Puddle Jumper Trail, correct? Yeah.
That's right, yes. This is the Madison Place, so Puddle Jumper 12th edition. So we officially dispose of the property, and then we also, at that point, we're setting the public hearing for the disposal of the property. Also, at that meeting, we will propose the covenants and lot pricing to go with that. So that will be presented at the next meeting.
Okay. So we need a resolution for that one, right, Janet? Okay, so, and that will be August 3. So, somebody make a motion first?
Work.
Okay, then we'll do roll call. Andrew?
Yes.
Mark?
Yes. Yes.
Olivia?
Yes.
And Darren?
Yes.
Thank you. Good. Agenda item 10, elected lineman position. Jason's gonna come up and present that. Thanks, Jason.
So yeah, over the last few weeks, we've been doing interviews for electric lineman position. We would recommend hiring Ethan Osler for that position. Currently resides in Milford. Recently graduated from NCC Powerline program. And he's been working at an HVAC company since then, lineman job. So yeah, we're excited to have Ethan and his fiancee Jenna move into our community.
Great. Awesome. Okay. Great, great. So we just need a motion to approve his hiring, right?
So moved.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Jason. Agenda item 11, special event permit.
Yeah, we had a request from Diamond Vogel to, as part of their 100th anniversary, they'd like to close down a section of Arizona Avenue next to the park, Windmill Park. So with that, we present that to council. Happy for Diamond Vogel and the request they had to have an event in the park. So.
They did paperwork and everything's good. Awesome. Good. Okay.
Support.
All those in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carries. Ryan is here to give us an update on some housing developments, so. Thank you, Ryan. Oh, pictures. I like pictures. Thank you.
I'm looking ahead. Just let you do it one at a time.
Oh, you can look ahead. It's
okay.
only 5.
Okay.
I just want to know what's coming.
The reason that I've got the very first sheet there, the new website adjustments, and I want to say special thanks to Janet and Jason for just the work to put GIS correctly, and then our website has been an ongoing process. But the reason I want to throw this first is you can see an overview of essentially everywhere where we've got lots. It's all in red, and then if you look at the next page, it actually details out. For instance, this is Puddle Jumper 11. It's got every City of Orange City lot on it. So it hasn't hit the website yet, but it's ready and soon. We're assuming. Jason, you've worked on this one. I think we're talking about a soon rollout. But I want to just say this will be a significant improvement from current process where we've had to take PDFs and continue to color them and adjust them, and Kurt really spent a lot of time on that. This will be more, it'll still be work, but it's more automatic, and it is also more easily accessible for anyone interested, including realtors or homeowners wanting to purchase. So you see, I just took a screenshot, and taking this screenshot, then it'll really tie into the next, which is the spreadsheet, to give you some ideas as to where we're going with the housing update. The top is just all Orange City lots. The next section is all the private. The next section is apartments. And then the last section is future. Okay, so just break it down and so you can see where we're going here. Orange City lots, this is available Orange City lots presently. So we have one in Puddle Jumper 5 that's still $20,000. It's been available for a while. It's not moving currently. Puddle Jumper 9, we're down to 3. Puddle Jumper 9, as you can see, it's right across from the apartments. It's directly to the east of the apartments, the current Hillcrest, thank you. Name was escaping me. Hillcrest Apartments, there's 3 that are available there. The one is way up in the corner, that's on 14th Street Southeast, 3 in Puddle Jumper 9, Puddle Jumper 10. We have 7 lots, down to 7. This last year we sold 5. I mean, we're just continuing to empty our inventory. And then there's also 4 additional multifamily lots that you can see the stats on that. Puddle Jumper 11. We see we've got 12. We do have interest in several, but nothing moving presently. And then you get down to Gelderland, and you can see all of the Gelderland in red. 3 of those Gelderland have sold in the past year, and the rest of those 15 remain open. Now, not on the new website adjustments page is North Wyland, and that's where we get more into the private. Currently, we don't have any city lots in the North Wyland because we haven't extended Frankfurt. We haven't plotted put a plat map together and finalized that and gone through. So in the next couple of months, we will be doing that. And so I'll be updating my spreadsheet and the various pictures as well as the website. That will be over in time in the next couple of months. But currently, Orange City does not own any lots. We own land, but not lots. Understood? Yeah. So we get into private, North Wyland, and you can just walk through North Wyland out west, canals with vision. I've got highlighted as to what's single family. I've got highlighted as to what's multi-family. And then I've got highlighted for affordable single family, twin homes, condo units that are for sale condo units, and then condo units for the 55 plus. That's obviously Canal Heights. But the private, that's a realm of which I've got to tie in fairly closely. You've got to see what inventory is out there and where we need to continue to push. But this goes back to, since I started in the very first workforce housing meeting, was all of the various industries and major employers of Orange City sitting down in a room and saying, we've got to have housing as a focus and we've got to have childcare as a focus. And a few of you might have been in that room, Darren. I know you were. So those are the things that are driving additional housing. But in addition to that is the apartment side of it and the affordable side of it. So that's where we get down to the last section there. The apartments between R. Perry and their Salem development, 72 apartments. The first set of 12 available in August, I believe. So. August, September, October. So we're going to have 72 apartments in time. The first 36 will be available in this 2026. So we'll have 36 of those apartments ready. RTI, which is the old Nederlanders. We have 12 apartments. Those are rented. When I talk about apartments, it's the rented apartments. Or we're talking about condos that are sold type of a deal. But we're talking about 84 apartments, and the RTI ones, they are 10 rented and 2 that are still available. They are going quickly. In fact, and that was July 1st. I don't know if it's been rented in any additional rented. Does anybody know? Okay. In addition to those 84, Vision will have 36. This might just pencil this. It's up higher when you look at the canals. Let's see, where do I have that? Oh, it's the blue. The canals porches in the private one. 7 multifamily lots. Well, those 7 multifamily lots that are in the right on 14th Street, Puddle Jumper 11th edition, they're actually turning into 12 3-plex apartments to be rented. So that's still yet future. I just added it to the one up above with the private, but you're going to add 36 additional apartments. So we're going to have 120 apartments over the course of the next couple of years to be added to our book for Orange City. Then the future, North Wyland extension. We've obviously talking about extending Frankfurt, so 7 Orange City lots will be almost immediately available. Volink will have 2 additional single-family. Those are going to be the more custom homes. The veranda/porches, they're going to have 23 affordable single-family. That's part of their workforce housing tax credits that they received. So they'll add 23 core homes to our book of availability. Vision also has 10 single family in the porches area. So you have the Canal Heights, you have the Canal Twin Homes, then you'll have a row of single family homes that will be 10 lots, but they'll still be for the plus 55, those single family. And then you've got what we call the porches, core homes, 23 of those, and then they've got the apartments along 14th. So you can kind of see the grand big picture of the canals area. And I've been talking a lot. Any questions on what we've covered?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Question. So the website, when you go to it, is it going to look like this?
It is. Well, it's GIS. It's the, if you've been to the GIS, but yes, that is actually a screenshot of it. It'll be highlighted in red. It'll have the details on it. It's really handy for anyone to access.
Is it like interactive, like the GIS website, or is
It is.
Okay.
In fact, it is the GIS website. It's just this is overlaid right onto it.
Nice. And it's got the price then, just like that. Cool.
Price, size of lot,
Yep.
what that equates to in acres,
Yep.
etc. And then the last Puddle Jumper 12, which is Madison Street, when Madison is at Madison Place, goes in, adding an additional 24 single family. Obviously, there's huge differences between the Puddle Jumper realm and, say, North Wyland, or go over to Gelderland. Those are the higher end customs. Puddle Jumper realm is some restrictions on the size of house. So, and then last but not least, for still future, the Prairie View Estates, 10 acreages to the west of Unity Christian High School. Now that gets into the last page that I've got. And just the last 2 days, Friday and Monday, got more information to fully color this. You'll see there's only 2 of our communities that are in the general area that are 7-year full tax abatements for multi-family. Again, this is multi-family tax abatements. Only 2 are now. That's a major change from 2 years ago when almost all of them were 7-year and we were one of the only 10-year. But something happened with legislation over the last couple of years where the TIF no longer is able to, or I should say, they removed out of TIF payback the school side of that payback. So now with that, these other communities are saying, well, since with that's been removed, then we're going to add a few years to try and equate it, because it's about 30% reduction when you remove the public schools out of the TIF equation. So just today I updated this, adding 3 of the people who were on 7 years to 10 when we finally got some good information. There are, of these 9 communities, only 2 that have 7-year tax abatements. All of the rest of them have jumped up to where we currently are at. My recommendation would be to continue. Granted, we are seeing some tremendous growth in multifamily. You can see what we've got. There's 100 single family currently inventory and 17 multifamily, as well as some future things. But my opinion is we let the private sector decide whether or not Orange City has had enough multifamily or not. All I know from workforce housing and the industries, they're begging for more apartments and more affordable housing. So that's where we're at. Questions?
With the Iowa workforce tax credit, do these other communities do the tax abatement on top of the tax credit? Or do they go with the more $1,000 a door?
I think they end up going with that $1,000 a door. But they also, well, no, I would say this. I would say they do not remove out of the equation the tax abatement. In addition to that, they're also trying to hit that $1,000 a door. It'd be interesting to have a conversation with one of our communities, actually both Lamar's and Sioux Center, because both have been awarded some workforce housing. My understanding, though, is that workforce housing, they do not remove one or the other. It is, we have our abatement, which is part of the law of the city, and as well as any additional help to bring in any workforce housing tax credits. So it's an and situation. The rebate does not ever get removed because it's law, and then in addition to that, they're saying, hey, we want to incentivize this developer, and we're going to throw an additional whatever. So I would almost guarantee that, but I can double check, Mark. It's a good question. I don't want to say 100% that that's the case, but I'm pretty positive it is.
The monies come from two separate entities, correct?
Well,
Workforce.
yeah, workforce housing tax credits come from the state, and the city has the, yeah. But I think what Mark is asking is the cities are the ones providing the tax abatement. In addition, sometimes, like for us, when someone comes in and requests, hey, we're going to apply for a workforce housing tax credit, we are also, in addition to that, saying, okay, we have our abatement, but in addition to that, we're going to work with you on a reduced price of lot or something because we need multi-unit.
But they're not guaranteed the workforce.
They are not.
You know, it's they have to apply for it and then be granted. And
That's correct. That's correct. Yeah. In fact, more times than not, they are not receiving it. It's a difficult incentive.
Other questions for Ryan? That's very good.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Good work.
Yeah, thanks. All right, that brings us, library board appointments. We have 2 seats, and Mark can correct me, he's our representative, library board, that can be reappointed. And John Bunzma and Benjamin Langton have agreed and would like to serve another term. And so that would be part of the motion. And then we did have a vacancy, and we actually had 4 applicants that were very, very good. And but I'm going to recommend that the council approve Joellen Harvey to the new to the board. And I did talk to her today, and she's incredibly excited. So that's a good addition, and I think we can do it as one motion, right, Janet?
Mm-hmm.
So unless you have any questions or Mark has any input, he serves on the board or as our representative.
Yeah.
And I think they were excited
I
about.
was excited to have 4 people.
Yeah, we've never had that.
And they didn't come to a consensus on any one of the 4
Yep.
because they thought they were all good candidates.
So we're hoping to keep them on file because every year it kind of we can
things
lose
go
somebody or somebody moves or whatever their situation is. So we're going to grab them sometime. So if there's any other questions or comments, or else I entertain a motion to approve those 3 appointments to the library board.
Or
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Administrative reports. Matt?
Yeah, a couple of things. Just a reminder, on Wednesday is the Customer Appreciation supper, so we've ordered 20 degrees cooler for that night, so hopefully it works out. Should be better, but invite the community for that, and should be a good evening. Second, Jackson Miller has informed us he is taking on basically finding a job closer to back home, and so we are advertising for a new parks supervisor. So that job advertisement is out there now. So looking forward to hopefully filling that soon. The staff, we've talked about anticipating reports that we typically give as staff and other organizations, and as part of the budgeting process and learning process for council. We are looking at doing a tour of some city facilities. Maybe if we have a shorter council meeting in the next month or two, that we can go look at things like the pool, perhaps some of the shops, the treatment plants, just to get an idea of what we have, our assets, and our employees can provide some information that way as well, and get to see what's happening with that. So
I think that's a good idea. That's great.
yeah. And then in the next, also working on some strategic plan updates. So I know in the past we've done just provided an update at a council meeting. So working through that to provide where we're at on that plan. It's been hard to believe it's been a few months already.
I know.
Then two things, just seek a little council input on. Mayor and I both received an email from the Dutch Heritage Boosters. They are considering a statue, a Dutch-themed statue. It'd be likely a woman in Dutch costume, and being somewhat active, doing some Dutch activity. Something. It wouldn't be just a statue posing. They're looking at a bronze statue.
Yeah, to me.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, let's go with that. We want to bring people in, Andrew. Yeah.
So they've considered a few different locations, perhaps in Windmill Park, that might be a little bit crowded there. So they've asked about the area in front of Stad Centrum, looking at that. And so we are, I think they're in the process of fundraising, and before they go any further, they want some indication that we'll work with them on that. And I think it'd be nice to see what the statue looks like if they have a couple sculptors in mind, and as they work through their concept. But yeah.
So, and hopefully we'd have
Thoughts on that, so.
have input as to where on that, and we'd talk to the steering committee and the chamber as to when they use, we want it to be visible, but we don't want it like where the Dutch organ or anything like that is. So they just want to know if we kind of support their endeavor and so they can move forward. It's actually, I think, of you.
Oh, me? Yeah.
You might have to move it. No.
I'd be in support of it. I mean, I don't know.
I think that'd be.
Yeah, exactly.
Be part
Where
of
it
the
needs to end
process.
up at, but I think,
Yeah.
we talk about our heritage and attracting people downtown and all this stuff. I think it'd be cool to have another thing for people to come see.
Yeah, they're on the fundraising effort right now, some private funds. So
They kind of wanted you guys' approval before they took every step, or at least,
As long as we can look at it.
Yes.
What it's gonna look like.
Right.
Before we do it.
Yes.
Approval.
and maybe where the location and snow removal and stuff.
sounds like the sculptors are pretty excited about the location and working with the group there. They're still working on their concept yet, but that's a good point.
Quick question, Matt. Maybe, I'm sure they have a reason, but is it just more visible in front of Stad Centrum? I'm just thinking like between the museum and the, what do they call it, the annex, like that area, if they're gonna have somebody more on staff in the future and people touring, or is it to get people to come downtown from there? Is that maybe their reasoning, or?
I think they were initially thinking the park, and so this would be just a little bit still in view of the park.
Sure.
Keep some of the windmill, but that is a.
Yeah, because Lori's being at the museum,
Right.
I think, some regular hours, so that's good. It's a good suggestion.
Sounds like everybody's supportive. We'll continue to.
Yeah.
And then finally, we've talked to staff over the last couple of months, and Jim has brought it to our attention a little bit more regarding golf carts, and just right now golf carts are not allowed, but they're becoming more and more prevalent, and so wanted to. Our thought is to do a little research to see what other communities are doing. I think several have adopted new ordinances allowing that on the streets, certain streets. UTVs are allowed, but not on the highway, I believe, Jim, or on the county blacktops with the speed limitations there. So, with more and more of them being around, thought we'd evaluate that at least consider what's going on. So, but put the feelers out with that too, and just, yeah. If we want to stop it, then we probably should do that, but we're gonna consider allowing that on streets, so.
I'd like to know what other cities are doing,
Yeah.
where they're allowed and whatever, and then.
There's not too many cities that don't allow it.
Oh.
Alton's had it for years, and, we patrolled that for years and haven't had a whole lot of problems over there. Sioux Center has it, Rock Valley has it, Rumson just adopted it. So,
A lot of it, you still gotta have a license, I'm assuming. for
Yeah.
12-year-olds driving.
Yeah.
yes, different towns do it differently. Like, some mandate that you gotta be 16 years old, have a valid driver's license. Some say 18. Some say sunrise to sunset. Some say, as long as you got lights, you can drive home in the dark. So there's a bunch of different way that we can put the ordinance if we wanted to do it. But for the most part, all they ask is that you have working brakes, headlights, and taillights. So.
Yeah. My only worry is crossing Highway 10.
And then a lot of cities restrict where they can drive.
Yeah.
Like, I think Rock Valley, you can't drive down the main street. And then, like, Orange City, I would think that you'd want to definitely keep them off Highway 10. So, that we could.
You probably wouldn't be able to ever cross Highway 10 on a golf cart.
They let you cross it.
They let you cross it,
Yeah.
okay.
They let you cross the busy roads, but they just want to keep you off them.
Driving on it.
Yeah.
That's the same rule with UTVs.
Yep, same rules UTVs. Yep, you can cross it, but they just don't want you on Highway 10. And then some cities don't ask for a registration fee, but like Alton does, 2 years, it's $25 for a registration fee, and you get a sticker here at City Hall. So, whatever you guys.
Yeah. I mean, if you haven't had an issue patrolling them in Alton,
No, they've been around for 40 years, so.
part of it, I think for us to keep in mind is the Lansmere retirement home using golf carts, right? If we would stick to a hard no, likely that needs to end, right?
Yeah, we either need to start enforcing it or we change it.
Good point.
Yeah, I think they've been around about quite a bit, aren't they?
Recently, yeah.
And they'd have to probably own it, so it wouldn't be thousands of golf carts, so I think it's good to research it. And
I think they're safer than the electric scooters I see flying.
yes.
A little more protection in a golf cart versus an electric scooter.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Good. Thanks, Jim.
Okay, thanks. That's all I had. Yeah.
Janet, do you have anything?
No, I don't.
You don't.
No.
Ryan, anything else? Jim, anything else from you? No. Kent? No. Jason?
I got a few updates on projects. So the vision development, last week they poured a good chunk of sidewalk through that development, and this week they should be finishing up tying that road in Salem Place into J Avenue and 14th Street. That's wrapping up pretty quick. Madison Place, all the water's installed, passed all the tests. The last section of storms being put in probably tomorrow. I went out there today, they're making good progress, they had a couple boxes to set. And then they'll go into preparing the final grade and putting the sub base down for pouring that street. So, it's going really good. And then 7th Street, so we'll be paving a section tomorrow, and then there's 2 more sections to be paved after that. Second section will be paved on Thursday, and then they will start tearing out from where that one ends through the Florida intersection, and then that will get paved next week through the intersection. major paving will be done from that road. So, by Thursday of this week, every resident that lives, basically west of the cemetery will have access to the west side. We're down to 2 houses right now that are still being used golf carts to get home.
And they park them on the west side of the cemetery, don't they? I was out there the other day and saw.
We rented like 6 golf carts. For
That's nice.
kind of back and forth, but everyone's been very easy.
Without our ordinance, right? Jim?
That road's closed anyway.
Yeah.
City's renting them, but.
So, we're not actually driving on the road, Jim.
Four-wheel drive pickup.
So, but everyone, all the residents have been great.
Oh, good.
Without there, they've been really good.
So will that affect like along those side streets like Arizona and so, won't it?
No, that won't be as bad. So
Okay.
Mid-August, we'll start the asphalt part of the
The
project.
asphalt,
where
okay.
They'll mill it down 2 inches, so the only time they won't have access is while the machines are going by. There'll be a little
That's
2-inch
good.
drop off that they have to drive over, but we won't limit any access to anybody
Good.
once we get that done. So.
Great.
And, yeah, then we purchased a new snowplow truck last week. I think we went and picked that up to add to our fleet to take care of the streets we're adding. And then we're also have purchased the dump truck chassis, so we're actually gonna make a side dump for the dump truck.
Mm.
So it'll go to Smithco and get a side dump put on it. Small. A little more rugged. Hopefully we don't have to pick up a bunch of trees again, but it'll hold up a lot better if we have to. So we're gonna try that out, add that to our fleet. Something like that.
Any questions? Dan, anything?
I got 2 hats tonight. The one hat is from the Legion. Thank you very much. We received the tablet at the memorial today. That was installed as well as the bench. So hot day for them to do it. And kudos for the utilities. I think Mike
Yeah.
helped with that, lift that in. And so from the Legion, thank you very much. And from the fire department, go past station and there's a missing bay. We have one of our trucks that's being repaired right now. Brought that up to Lyon, South Dakota yesterday, and hopefully that'll be back tomorrow night. They're doing some repairs on that. And then the Tower 61 is delivering on Wednesday.
Okay.
So we're looking forward to that. So you'll probably see it out. We're scheduled for early August to do training on that. And then the current ladder 61 will be going to Salix, and we will probably do a full day training down there for their fire department to deliver that truck. So,
Great.
so we probably have an open house, but if you want to come Wednesday night, I would say after 7 o'clock or so, come see the new truck, fire station. Everybody's more than welcome. So.
Good. Good. Thanks, Dan. Council Andrew, do you have anything? No? Mark?
We had to ask Ryan, what's the update on the North Wheeland land purchase there? Do we have anything there?
North Wyland is purchased, it's closed, and now it's a matter of getting a final plat, and then pricing, lot pricing is also, so in the next couple months, we need to have a final plat and then have council provide the pricing, and then there's more steps, so, yeah.
That's all I had.
Thanks to all the city workers. It's been hot out lately, so a lot of people, whether they're inside or outside, working hard. Thanks to them. And then just had one question the other night at the pool. Somebody asked me, I said, I'm guessing it's a state DOT thing, but they said, why, out of our 3 stoplights, why is there one of them that doesn't have the stoplight on the side? Like it's just the top. 2 of them have top and side. And they said it's hard to see in the morning. And I said, I'll ask the question. I don't know if that's something we put in with the state for, or if it makes sense, or if it's something we can change.
We can probably change it, I would think. I think it's, we own the lights, so. But
I don't know. And
thought.
Oh, yeah?
Olivia, you have anything?
Nothing.
Derek?
Nope.
Nope, I don't either, so. On Wednesday and. So, need a motion to adjourn.
So move. Support.
All those in favor?